making a video about unpopular opinions, even though I know other people have done it before, but I actually came up with the idea first. It's just I was really lazy and postponed making this video until everyone else had already made the video. So now I look crazy, but I was actually the first one to ever come up with this idea. And when I tell you I'm going to be doing unpopular opinions, I actually mean opinions that are unpopular, because sometimes what I see with these videos is that people do like, oh, my unpopular opinion, the lip syncs for the crowns are unfair or whatever. And I'm just like, that's the normal opinion. That's like the generic opinion that everyone has. So I'm here to like actually give you really hot takes, like really ugly takes. Take a listen to this, honey. I really enjoyed the lip sync for the crowns because I hate the boring ass RuPaul, come over here and I'll give you a little tic tac and we'll talk. And the little music video that they do, I don't care for music videos. I don't care to be sold something, even though I don't know why I would watch this show if I don't like to be sold stuff, because RuPaul is constantly selling stuff. He literally made an entire twist based off of a chocolate bar that he wanted to sell. I love the lip sync for the crowns. Love is kind of a strong word, which is why I shouldn't use it, because I actually don't love it. I just like it. I think it's good. I think that it's a fun way to end the season. It is a completely and totally bullshit and unfair. Yes, but do I like as a viewer watching it and getting to kind of be like, oh, what's gonna happen? Who's gonna go home? Yes, I love that also. Hey, you should totally subscribe to my channel. I make lots of cool stuff, just like this video that you're watching now. And I've made this, and I've made this, and you can totally subscribe, and then I'll make more. And then it's actually a really cool thing. If you subscribe, I'll make more, and like that's a really cool relationship that we can have. So you should better fucking do it. And speaking of lip syncs for the crowns, I really enjoy the Mo versus Blue lip sync, and yes, it totally and completely could be because I really like that song and I just love that album as a whole. Kylie Minogue literally fucking killed it with that album. People were dragging this lip sync when it first came out. I kind of liked it. People said that it was hokey pokey or whatever. I thought it was a good lip sync, and I fully am aware that I exist on like another state of consciousness, but not in like a good way, but in like a bad way, like a lower state of consciousness. But I really liked this lip sync. I thought it was really enjoyable. I thought the song was nice. I liked Blue's dance moves, which I know is not a popular opinion. Like, was it the best lip sync on planet Earth? No, but like, what is nowadays, you know? When you get no attention. I'm so funny. This opinion will probably get me killed. Don't send me a death threat. Send me like a life threat. Send me like a threat that you're gonna keep me alive. So this is like an objectively amazing outfit, and I like it a lot. I really, really, really do like it, and I appreciate it for the time, whatever. I, like, if you ask me what the best, like, most beautiful, you know, transcendent thing that was on Drag Race is, I probably wouldn't say this look. Like when people say like, what's your favorite look from Drag Race? I normally don't even think of this look until people start saying it in comment sections, and I'm like, oh yeah, that was a look. You know when you look at something and then you get this feeling inside you and you're like, I identify with this. I feel a spiritual connection to this look. Do I get that with Violet's look? No. But again, I think it's amazing. It's great. Is it my favorite look from Drag Race? No. Is it in my top 10? Probably not. I'm gonna be honest. And is that okay? Yes, it is, because everyone, look at my fashions, look at my taste in fashion. This is like objectively a bad look, but I'm kind of serving and turning. So yes, the 1 hour episodes. I think that this was just unanimously decided as a good thing back when it happened. I think it was like season 10 it started, because people were like, yay, more Drag Race. And I get that. And at the time I was very on board. But some episodes with the 1 hour format feel so dragged out. Again, the finales. We were just talking about this. The finales feel so fucking long. These hour episodes are kind of like 40 minutes of action and then 20 minutes of sitting to listening people rehearse or talk at the mirror about trauma. I think you could work that into the 40 minutes and not have it detract from the entire episode. But maybe that's just me. I think that is just me. I've never seen anybody talk about the 1 hour format as opposed to the 40-minute format. But c'est la vie, I'm totally cool with it. It just, I would be lying if I said some episodes don't feel extremely stretched. Ha! Ha! I'm acting. All-Stars 1. All-Stars 1, if you go back and watch All-Stars 1, is it good? I think good is a bit too strong of a word for it. Is it bad though? That's what I want to know. Objectively, yes. However, subjectively, I don't think that this season is as bad as people make it out to be. I actually think that most people who shit on this season are people who haven't seen the season. There's no way that everyone regards this as the worst season. Even like fucking like 10-year-olds who watch Drag Race. I do not think a 10-year-old has seen All Stars Blood. If you go back and watch the season, the format sucks, yes, the judging is kind of questionable, and the challenges aren't amazing, but is it entertaining? That's what I want. That's what I'm asking you. Is All Stars 1 entertaining? And actually don't answer because it's my opinion, and I'm going to give my unpopular opinion, not yours. This is not your show, this is mine. I think All Stars 1 is incredibly entertaining. That's not true. I think All Stars 1 is decently entertaining. That's the way that I kind of view it. I know that most people think that this is the worst season. I genuinely don't think so. I think it's not great, and I wouldn't really recommend it to anyone. Unless you haven't seen it and you want to see it. I don't know. Maybe if you really like the queens. But I don't think it's the worst season of Drag Race by far. I think there's way worse seasons.
But none of these queens are my type.
So just a little background for this one. People on Twitter have been talking about recently how the All-Stars casts are getting progressively worse because they think that Drag Race is turning out too many All-Star seasons because they're trying to do it every year, that they should wait a long time and then get all the front runners in one season, and then that is going to reap better television, I guess. And I don't really agree with that. We've seen with something like All Stars 6 that even though there are queens who haven't excelled on their original seasons, their growth since they've been on Drag Race has been big enough to make them excel at it now. And I think that to be limiting your cast to only frontrunners, people who did well on Drag Race, would just be, I don't know, I view it as kind of closed-minded because not only we've seen it both ways. We've seen people who did awful on Drag Race the first time excel and do amazing the second time. We had someone like Kylie win the second time. And then we've had people like, you know, Roxy Andrews or maybe Ginger Minj the first time where she went on, where we've had finalists come back into All Stars and maybe not do as well as they did the first time. I enjoy having people that I haven't seen in a while back on my screen. Even if they didn't do amazing the first time, I get to get reintroduced to them and their drag and how they've evolved. And I see that as an incredibly big positive to the All Star seasons. But I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. You tell me, I don't know.
Drop, you're looking like a flop. Walk, cause you ain't the bop.
I really like the idea of people coming back to Drag Race for a third time, which I know some people hate the idea of that because they think that the All-Stars position should be offered to people who haven't been on All-Stars before, and I'm 100% down for that. And I think that 90% of an All-Stars cast, or 95 even, should be new queens that we haven't seen before. However, I also really like the idea of every now and then bringing back someone who we haven't seen in a while who was also on a previous All-Stars season. I'd love to see Thorgy Thor on another All-Stars season. I'd love to see Kennedy Davenport on another All-Stars season. I'd love to see Tatiana or Adore. I'd love to see them again. I know some people think that this is a big cardinal no, that you should only be able to pick from new people. And I understand that, but I like seeing old people back as well.
You missed your mother, smell my goddamn fingers.
Canada's Drag Race Season 1 is one of the most... I think it's, okay, I'm not trying to say it's an amazing season by any standards, but I am going to say that it's a fun season that people took way too seriously back when it came out, ridiculously seriously, when it's just like, this is like the ultimate like shit-stirring competition. And I remember Priyanka said, I think it was on Trixie and Katya's podcast, The Bald and the Beautiful, where she said that no one thought that it would be as big as it was going to be, and they thought there was this kind of like hokey pokey spin-off show. So they decided to kind of like go all in and, you know, let the drama kind of completely unfold without censoring themselves at all. And that's what I really enjoy about this season. I also just really enjoyed the queens. We have amazing queens who I would love to see on either an All-Star season or a winner season. I'd love to see Priyanka on a winner season. I think that it would be such a missed opportunity by RuPaul to not include Priyanka on the next winner season.
Take a listen to this. Honey, hold my drink while I take the piss.
I love Not Sorry About It. I think it's just so catchy. I'm not kidding. I probably quote it I'm saying at least once a week. It has to be multiple times a day. And I haven't watched it or listened to it in so long. Every verse, even the bad ones, are really good. Like, so bizarre. So bizarre. The Anastasia's lyric, which I'm not even going to repeat here because of my digital footprint, but that is so fucking funny that we've had that on a show in a verse. Thank you for joining. Leave your unpopular opinions in the comments. And also, while you're here, please subscribe. We just made it to 1K, which is amazing. and I'm supposed to make a video on that. We're gonna do a Q&A. Send me if you have a question for me, put it in the comments or something, and I'll answer it. I'll answer every single question that I get. I'm extremely grateful to have you here. Please stay if you're new. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that little notification thing, the bell. I hear some people talking about a bell. You can hit it. But yeah, thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.